The Lower East Side Ecology Center helps New Yorkers recycle their kitchen waste and their electronic waste.
Composting is such a powerful thing for people to really realize that they are not only reducing the amount of garbage that they make, but they are also really contributing to something that's very concrete and very beautifying the city and making the city more sustainable, more green, more beautiful.
I live in the area, and when I go to throw things out, I separate my foodstuffs and my eggshells and that kind of thing from my paper goods or plastic, and then once or twice a week I come here to the farmer's market and dump it all out, and they use it to compost it and make soil.
Christine Dotz Romero was an early proponent of urban composting at her community garden. She grew the operation, and now everyone can bring their kitchen scraps to the Union Square Green Market, and the Ecology Center will turn would-be garbage into valuable topsoil.
We collect kitchen scraps from people, then go through our composting process, and then apply it here in our garden.
Just dropping off my composting that was frozen in my freezer. It's about 3 days worth of composting.
Since I started composting, I realized what a huge proportion of my garbage is compostable, and it was just astonishing. So since then, I collect every week and bring it over.
I come and I drop off all my vegetable trimmings.
Dead lettuce, coffee grounds, blueberries that had gone a little over the edge.
The tops of your carrots and, the core of an apple and things that we just toss out and we don't think about.
I brought fruit and vegetable scraps. I try to do it every week at least once. It seems so silly to throw away something that can turn into dirt and something positive, and it's not, such a huge hassle for me, so it's worth it for my conscience.
It's a feel-good responsibility. I'm happy to do it.
I just did it as a trial, a small little Tupperware, and then I saw I had so much that I couldn't not do it, and now my roommates do it too. So.
Very good for the environment rather than throw it in the trash, which would be contributing to greenhouse warming.
In a landfill, the decomposing materials create methane gas, which oftentimes is just released into the atmosphere, and that is a potent greenhouse gas. With you just making that effort, put it into the right place, you're not only avoiding all these negative things, you're also creating something really positive, which is compost.
The Lower East Side Ecology Center processes a large volume of organic waste. They also sell kits or worm bins to individuals for do-it-yourself composting.
So this size worm bin can handle 3 pounds of kitchen scraps per week with a pound of worms. What you really want to do is recreate the habitat of the red wiggler worms. So they live in leaf litter. So what we do instead of leaves, just shred up some newspaper, and then you put your kitchen scraps in here. And here is our first worm. So these are red wigglers. They eat their own body weight in food every day. They're born to compost, as I like to say. In nature, they would just leave in leaf litter. They don't go down, deep down into the ground. So here's another one. So they have a very distinctive red color. If you took the larger earthworms, night crawlers, that you sometimes find after a rainstorm in a park, and put them in this bin, they wouldn't feel very happy in here. Stay away from all the meat or things like that, because that would just really generate smells. But as long as you're putting no more than 3 pounds of kitchen scraps in here, you'll be fine. It doesn't smell. It takes a little bit of time, but down here you can see worm casting really accumulating. After about 3 months, you can harvest your worm castings, and you see this over here, that's a worm egg. So worms not only will eat a lot, what they also do is they propagate in this bin. And this is a little worm egg here. There is babies that will hatch out of here. Usually in the spring time, you just see a flush of babies hatching. Their biological clock works even though they are in a bin like this. This material you can harvest and then put on your houseplants to fertilize them, or street tree, or if you have a garden. If you have earthworms, your compost is top-notch.
At special events held during the year, New Yorkers are invited to drop off their electronic waste, which will be taken to a processing plant and spared from the landfill.
I came to drop off my scanner. I've had it lying around for years. It hasn't been working, but I feel bad kind of throwing that kind of stuff away.
We take just about anything, printers, we got TVs, cell phones, radios, stuff that people would normally throw in the trash. At the Ecology Center, we try to recycle it.
What happens to all these electronics? The hazardous components are taken out, like the CRTs, the lead is taken out of the back of it and everything. And then they go into our shredder, which has technology to separate it into its most basic commodities, and then it's introduced back into the raw commodity stream. We're an E-Steward certified facility, which is the highest standard in any electronics recycling.
I live in the neighborhood, and I've been saving this stuff for a while to drop it off. You can drive your car right in, and there are tons of people here to help, and just empty the car right out, and very clean and easy.
I brought some printer cartridges and an old iPod and stuff like that, because I think it's really important for the environment to recycle whenever possible.
It's going to be recycled. It's not going to be taking up space in a landfill and God knows what to the environment.
And regular batteries? Okay. No calculator? Thanks. And one of my neighbors said, oh, I'm not going to Union Square, it's too far. And I said, great, give me your stuff. I'll take it with me.
I mean, you know, I can walk it down to the compactor room, or I can bring it here. It's no big deal.
We just want to recycle, reuse, and find some other purpose for the material, and obviously avoid filling landfill with stuff that would take thousands of years to degenerate and kill some organism later on.
Hi, I'm Linan, and Union Square Park is my park.